Right, everybody, welcome back to part 2, the video of solving quadratics. We're going to complete the square on a few of them here. Alright, for number 11, we're going to complete the square where we get all the x terms to one side. So that means adding 3 to both sides. Then what you do next is you take half of the b term, half of 10, square it, and add that to the left. But you got to keep the equation balanced by adding 25 to both sides. We can now factor the perfect square trinomial on the left, x plus 5 quantity squared equals 28. To now take the square root of both sides. Whenever you take the square root, remember there's a plus and minus. X plus 5 is now isolated. But 28 can be broken down into 4 times 7. We want one of the factors to be a perfect square. That's what 4 is. Now we have plus minus 2 radical 7. One last step. We're going to take away 5 from both sides. Give us negative 5 plus or minus 2 radical 27. Let's look at another one here for completing the square. Alright, it looks like the x's are already by themselves. We're just going to leave a space here. We'll take half of negative 4, which is negative 2. We will square it, which is plus 4. Keep it balanced on both sides by putting a plus 4. We now can write it as a factored form for the quadratic trinomial. To undo a square, you take the square root. X minus 2 is equal to plus minus square root 21. One more step. Add 2 to both sides to get x by itself. X equals 2 plus or minus the square root of 21. Alright, we're going to switch gears a little bit and just focus on, the traits of quadratics. Focus on finding the vertex. Remember, the vertex has the formula x equals negative b over 2a. That's the x-coordinate of the vertex. And remember, the x-coordinate, the vertex is just a coordinate xy, and it's either the highest or the lowest part of a parabola, the graph of a quadratic. To find the y-coordinate, you plug your x-coordinate of your vertex back into the function for x. Alright, we'll show that here on number 13. Here's our a is 2, b is negative 4, c is negative 5. Okay, the x-coordinate is negative b, which is a positive 4, 2 times a, which is 2 times 2, really gives us 4 over 4, and that's 1. Now, to find the y-coordinate, we go back to the function, we put a 1 in for x. One squared is 1, 1 times 2, so we have 2 minus 4 minus 5. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 5, negative 7. There's our y-coordinate. Here's our vertex, 1, negative 7. Alright, we're going to find the vertex here. Number 14, negative b over 2a. A is 1, b is 8, and c is actually 0. Negative b over 2a would be negative 8 over 2, which is negative 4. Now we need to find the y-coordinate. Negative 4 squared, 16. 8 times negative 4 is a negative 32. and 16 minus 32 is negative 16. Looks like our vertex is going to be negative 4, comma, negative 16. Again, let's find the vertex of this guy. X equals negative b over 2a. That's our formula. Looks like on this one, our a is negative 1, our b is 4, and our c is negative 8. Negative b would be negative 4. 2 times a would be 2 times negative 1, which is negative 4 times negative 2. Gives us a positive 2. Let's plug that 2 back into the function. Showing all the work here. 2 squared plus 4 times 2 minus 8. So negative 4 plus 8 minus 8. Negative 4 plus 8 is 4. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Looks like our vertex is going to be 2, comma, negative 4. Alright, switching gears here. I'm going to focus on the axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is just a vertical line, folds the parabola in half, passes through the vertex. So all we need to do is find the x-coordinate of the vertex and we'll have it. Negative b over 2a. A is 2, b is negative 4, c is negative 5. Negative b would be a positive 4. 2 times a is 2 times 2. 4 over 4 equals 1. Okay, x equals 1. That's the vertical line, the equation for the vertical line, which is the axis of symmetry. That's how you find an axis of symmetry. Look at 17. Here we're going to find the x-intercepts. To find the x-intercepts, and looks like I forgot the notation here, f of x, 2x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals 0. We are going to set that equal to 0. Unfortunately, it does not factor. There's no way we can factor this, so we have to use quadratic formula. Negative b, let me write the formula real quick here. Negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, if a is 2, b is negative 4, and c is negative 5, here's what we have. Positive 4 plus or minus square root of 4 squared, which is 16, minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a, which would be 2 times 2. Let's see what we have now. 4 plus or minus. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times a negative 5 is a negative 40. So it looks like we have 16 minus a negative 40, which gives us a positive 56. 2 times 2 is 4 for the denominator. Let's keep going. Square root of 56. 56 can be broken down into 4 times 14. We're over 4. Simplify a bit further, plus or minus 2 square root of 14 over 4. We can divide all of the terms by 2 to have it simplify to 2 plus or minus square root of 14 all over 2. And see, those are the two x-coordinates, x-intercepts. Here's technically how you can write them as xy coordinates. 2 plus square root of 14 all over 2, comma 0. That's one of them. The other one is 2 minus square root of 14 all over 2, comma 0. Alright, so that's 17, just finding x-intercepts. Let's look at number 18 here. This will be the last one we do, I think. Find the axis of symmetry. and the y-intercept x squared minus 8x plus 2. Go back to our axis of symmetry, x equals negative b over 2a. So in this case, negative 8, positive 8, 2 times a, 2 times 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So it looks like our axis of symmetry, I'll say AOS, is x equals 4. Y-intercepts. Y-intercepts are easy to find. All we need to do is put a 0 in for x. So we have 0 squared minus 8 times 0 plus 12. And that just simplifies to 12. The coordinates of the y-intercept is 0, 12. So in these last few here about x-intercepts, axis of symmetry, vertex, that all goes with graphing and tells us about the traits of the graph of our quadratic. So that wraps up part 2 of our solving quadratics lesson. Hope this helped. Thank you for watching.